Have you ever wondered what separates a good sentence from a truly great one? One that's packed with detail and sounds super professional? Well, often it's just one simple tool. And today, we're going to master that tool, the relative clause. It's going to let you upgrade your writing in a huge way. I mean, just look at the difference here. On the left, you've got a perfectly fine, simple sentence. The story is about brain drain. Okay, it gets the job done. But look at the right. The story, which I read last week, is about brain drain. Boom. It's instantly more specific, way more informative. That little highlighted part, that's our secret weapon, the relative clause. So what is this thing, really? A relative clause is basically just a fancy name for a chunk of a sentence that gives you more information about a noun. Just think of it like a little add-on, a descriptive tag that tells you more about the person, place, or thing you're talking about. It's the difference between saying the car and the car that's parked outside. See? Now, to build these awesome clauses, you're going to need the right tools. And for us, our tools are called relative pronouns. These are the little words that hook your extra info onto the main sentence. And here it is, our toolkit. And trust me, it's way simpler than it looks. Each one of these pronouns has a really specific job. As you can see, who is for a person, where is for a place, whose shows that something belongs to someone. Really, the first step is just grabbing the right tool for whatever you're describing. All right, so we've got our tools. Now we need to look at the two main blueprints for how to use them. Because you can add information that's totally essential to what you're saying, or you can add information that's just some extra, good-to-know bonus material. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. On the left, we have what's called a restrictive clause. In that sentence, graduates who got the best scores will receive scholarships. That little clause is absolutely key. It tells us which graduates we're talking about. It's essential. But on the right, it's just extra info. We already know who my friend Amin is. And did you notice the huge commas on the slide? That is the big visual clue, the giveaway that you're looking at extra info. So yeah, this brings us to the thing that trips everybody up. When do you use a comma? But don't you worry, because there is one simple golden rule to remember. And I promise you, it will save you every single time. This is it. This is the single most important thing to remember. If the information is extra, like a little bonus detail, it gets wrapped in extra commas. That's the whole rule. If the information is essential for understanding the sentence, you don't use them. That's the golden rule. Okay, let's see this rule in action. Barack Obama promotes education. We all know who Barack Obama is, right? So the fact that he's a former US president, well, that's extra info. And what does our rule say? Extra info gets extra commas. So we just wrap that whole clause right up in them. And here's another one. My friend Sarah is very smart. The main point here is about Sarah being smart. The fact that her dad is a teacher, that's interesting for sure, but it's not essential to the sentence. It's bonus info. So we follow our golden rule and set it apart with commas. Easy peasy. Okay, you've got the tools, you've got the blueprints. Now it's time to get your hands dirty and actually build some sentences. Let's see if you can put these new skills to the test. Okay, first one. The lady blank I met is my French teacher. Which pronoun fits in here? We are talking about a person, but is she doing the action or receiving the action of met? The answer is whom. And here's a little pro tip for you. If you can replace the word with him or her, you use whom. I met her, so we use whom. Awesome job if you got that one. All right, next challenge. Marrakesh is the city blank I was born. So what kind of information are we adding here? Are we talking about a person, a thing, a reason? What's the deal? It's a place, and our tool for describing a place is, of course, where. Marrakesh is the city where I was born. See, it just slots right in. Okay, switching gears a bit, new challenge. This time, you're not picking a pronoun. You're deciding if this clause is essential or not. So let's look at the sentence. Graduates who got the best scores will receive scholarships. Is that middle part need-to-know info? Yes, it's restrictive. Absolutely essential. Without the part that says who got the best scores, we have no idea which graduates are getting the scholarships. It's not all of them. It's a very specific group. And since it's essential, no commas. Okay, last one. Let's put everything we've learned together now. You need to figure out if the clause is essential or just extra, and then you have to add the commas if you need them. Here's the sentence. And the answer is non-restrictive. The main point of the sentence is just, my friend Amin emigrated to Canada. The fact that he graduated from university, that's a cool detail, but it's extra information. And what's our golden rule? Say it with me, extra info gets extra commas. So we tuck that clause neatly right between two of them. So let's just do a quick recap. First, relative clauses are your secret weapon for adding descriptive power to your sentences. Second, always pick the right pronoun for the job, who, which, where, etc. And third, the biggest thing to remember is that golden rule. If it's essential information, a restrictive clause, no commas. If it's extra info, a non-restrictive clause, you use commas. In other words, extra info equals extra commas. So now, the power is in your hands. I want you to think about an email you have to write later or a report you're working on. Find a simple sentence and just ask yourself, how can I make this better? What extra detail could I add? So go on. What sentence can you upgrade today?